Tales from the Dog Pound. Here we go. I ask people every time there's a conspiracy theory or an idea that people are pushing, especially if it's politically motivated, to give me a complete, comprehensive list that hasn't changed for at least 2 months, because people like changing their stories they're telling, because this is storytelling. So I got a response of sorts to one about Pizzagate. John Podesta's Pizzagate, most suspicious email relating to it, the Luzzatto email about 7-year-old children in a hot tub for entertainment purposes, and then something called Evie crib, and a farm in Lovettsville. All right, and people are going to read all sorts of symbology into it. Let me read back the most common synopsis for the story that I found, and let's see if it's something wrong with it. An email from Tamera Luzzatto saying how children aged 11, 9, and 7 will be in a hot tub party for further entertainment, sent to John Podesta. You already know that something's left out. A bunch of things are. Her blog allows people to pay money to watch children on camera. Gee, this didn't take 4 seconds to find out what the heck that's referring to. So why doesn't anybody double check any of this? Please notice that on all of the videos and websites, just about all of them, they refuse to link to the emails at WikiLeaks. Again, if you're claiming something's from WikiLeaks and you don't link to it, you're lying by definition, because it takes no effort to cut and paste the URL. Podesta email ID codes 39509, 5252, 42356, 54545, 10052, and another one is 46736 and 50944. They're all carbon copies of each other. They're all copies of each other. They're all conversations in Gmail. The reason you get all these references, well, it looks suspicious, there's hundreds of references, is because somebody copied the same email 100 times over, back and forth, just like all of you do. But anyway, at least on the voat.co/vpizzagate 1617933 sequence, it at least keeps them organized enough that if it's a duplicate, even they are getting rid of the duplicate, so it has a limited number to it. I'm sure someone will put it on the treadmill of stupid again. So how are children 11, 9, and 7 being served up at some sort of hot tub party? And how is there a blog asking people, allowing people to pay money to watch children on a camera? Wait a minute, wouldn't it be requiring it? Okay, let's get to the reveal. This is the email that people are talking about. I'm going to do this straight up. I'm not going to interject anything, and you get to decide. This is from a person, carbon copied to a dozen people, including Podesta. It's not specifically to Podesta. With enormous gratitude to advanced man extraordinaire Habri, I don't know how to pronounce his name, I am popping up again to share our excitement about the reprise of our gang's visit to the farm in Lovettsville. And I thought I'd share a couple more notes. We plan to heat the pool. It's not a hot tub. So a swim is a possibility. Bonnie will be Uber service to transport Ruby, Emerson, and Maeve, 11, 9, and 7. So you'll have some further entertainment. And they will be at that pool for sure. And with the forecast showing prospects of some sunlight and cool temperatures of lower 60s, I suggest you bring sweaters and whatever attire will enable us to use our outdoor table with a pergola overhead, so we dine al fresco and ideally not al chillo. That is the entire email. A heated pool is not a hot tub. A bunch of people showing up with temperatures in the 60s does not mean that they're there to enjoy a hot tub with little kids in it. Someone saying, there'll be further entertainment because my kids are coming with me. And they're being delivered by a friend named Bonnie. Or grandkids. Okay, now. Let me just get a little more comfortable in my vault of silence. If you're a person who claims to be a pizzagate person trying to help the children, and you keep looking hard to find any pedophilic subtext, any way you can twist something into something perverted so you have something to talk about on the net, while claiming the entire time, I'm not obsessed with little kids, I'm just talking about something that's suspicious, and then you don't give a link to what you're talking about, and you can make statements like, there's a blog that allows you to pay money to watch children. It was a proud mother posting photos and videos of her kids online. That's not pedo-satanic blah 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 for money. There was a, would you like to donate? You know, maybe. You can decide, the links are below. Read them. And I'd like to point out that the Pizzagators started reposting pictures of the kids, including lines and they started including little lines underneath saying, oh, that looks like a provocative pose. And they don't let you link back to the email, and they make you listen to their interpretation and then talk about it. And then talk about hurting people because they took their kids to a pool party in, I think it was October, to a heated pool. So therefore, let's kill the parents? No, I'm not kidding. That's what it ended up turning into. Or let's kill these people not because they're gay and they run a restaurant and they're connected politically at you know, the pizza parlor. Let's kill them because we're going to just accuse them of something unrelated. Right. You don't think that this is the standard slander that's done against gay people all the time? The majority of people who violate children are not homosexuals. Period. This is simply something you can find out about. They're relatives of the kids or their next door neighbors. And the majority of them are straight. They don't. Does any of this leak into anybody's head? This is like literally accusing at one time every black person is guilty of raping or wanting to rape a white person. This is the same thing. No, I'm not saying it's racism. I'm saying it's a slander that's used to demonize people. Every computer geek, unless you have them in locks and chains, is going to break into your computer. It's another slander. It doesn't mean anything. It's bullcrap. The email's below, and you can read the original copies. There's several different versions of the same thing because people carbon copied it back and forth because it was part of an email chain. This was people talking about having a heated pool at a place that we're going to go have a party at, and they're inviting people along, and said the kids are going to be, you know, they're going to have their relatives, their kids running around, and they'll be able to laugh at kids having fun. If you are so detached from being a human being that you don't understand that or can't read something into it, I don't want you on a jury anywhere because you're sick. It's just that simple. Pizzagators, now calling it pedogating, are perverts because they're literally perverting something that I would think would be truly impossible to do so. Now, the person who posted this, if you're watching, said that this is rumored to be the most extreme version of it. This is like, literally, I had to try to read into this to find some sort of perversion going on. And that's the thing that happens. People are creating fake code words like map. Someone asked me, well, why don't you talk about map? Why don't you talk about the real buzzwords that were used, the real code words that were used? And you guys are just using this because they show up a couple of times in the emails. You guys are trying to create perversion from nothing. This is like listening to the sound of rain and hearing the demons yelling at you. This is strange and sick. Only if you're a sick person, going out of your way trying to read into this some sort of context that's wrong, would you assume anything other than ordinary email among friends talking about a proud mother posting her photos and videos online and then being happy to have a pool that's heated when it's October or something. This is literally, now this is the problem with this. If I point out that this email would have to be taken off the list of even being discussable, someone would object. And when someone did that, and one of the links below, I think you can read it, got shouted down. You're just another shill. No, it's another person like me reading the same thing you are and not coming away from it reading some sort of sick fantasy into someone's emails. This is the reason we don't want the NSA having our emails, because maybe there's a pervert at the NSA who makes everything into something sick. This is the reason you don't have that weird uncle look through your damn diary. Pizzagate is filled with those weird people that would probably be someone you'd kick out of your home. Or somebody would get kicked out of prison. I want someone to bring me, I'm not going to do it anymore. You can go through the vote listing below. I want someone to bring me a real example. And it has to have a link back to the damned email, and because it's all based on emails from Podesta and Hillary Clinton's emails. I want someone to link to a real discussion about this, of something real. After this point, I'm not going to be doing any more videos on this, because I've come to a conclusion. Pizzagate is run by a bunch of child molesters that want to happen. I'm not kidding. This is the best example of what you don't want to present as evidence. And remember, you have to judge people the way you wish to be judged. You can't have two separate standards just because you don't like liberals or conservatives or atheists. You can't do that, because then they're allowed to do that to you when they're in power. If you want a world like that, that's fine. Go some other freaking continent. This is America. That's not acceptable. Stuff it. And the specific group of people I'm talking about here are the kind of people who want a world where every accusation results in beatings and whippings until you confess to it so they can put you out of your misery. They're no different than the Spanish Inquisition. This is literally a witch hunt. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.